When Title IX was first passed, none of us had any idea how bad sex discrimination was, how widespread it was, how hardly anybody noticed it. And because sex discrimination is a new word and a new concept, most of us don't notice it as sex discrimination. We just think this is bad, this is wrong. And if you don't have a word for something, it's very hard to conceptualize. I used to get calls in the early 70s from professors, men and women, who would say, is there really sex discrimination in higher education? And if so, could you send me some examples? And people just really didn't notice. The University of Michigan, their budget for women's sports was zero. The women used to sell apples at football games. They had to pay for their own uniforms. Most medical schools had quotas, 3, 5, 10 women. Veterinary school at Cornell used to admit 2 women per year. Didn't matter how many applied or how smart they were. There still is some discrimination, but there certainly was a lot more then, and Title IX has played a role in getting rid of a lot of those formal policies and practices that just limited women's and girls' opportunities.
Women's sports a long way from the Mittie Browse and Bloomer days. Today, Miss Undergraduate plays field hockey. She is an enthusiastic archer. And since the aim is always to combine strenuous exercise with grace and charm, she participates in the modern dance. The same is true of figure skating, another sport in which women excel, one that also demands a high degree of coordination and skill.
Sometimes people ask me what inspired me to get involved in women's issues, and I have to tell you I wasn't inspired at all. I was mad. I was at the University of Maryland. I got my doctoral degree there. I was teaching there. I was a good teacher, and et cetera, et cetera. And they had 7 openings all at once, and I wasn't even considered. So I went and asked one of my friends on the faculty. Without missing a beat, he said, well, let's face it, you come on too strong for a woman. And I went home and I cried. And my then husband was really very good. He said, are there strong men in the department? And I said, yes. And he said, then it's not you, it's sex discrimination. And it took me a while to realize that's what it was. And then I got mad. And I started reading up about discrimination and women's issues and rights and so forth. And then I truly became inspired.